Hey everybody, this is Rich, and you are watching me play tabletop RPGs with some very cool people I'm friends. Uh, Not to say that the cool people aren't friends, but there's an overlap. This is the Intercontinental Group of Awesome, and we have a big full group here, the whole group. Luckily, we have our troll cheerleader, and what did I mean by that? First of all, let me bring in all the players. Actually, before the first of all, let me tell you what we're playing. We're playing Wandering Monster High School. This is our second session. Check back in previous episodes if you want to see character creation or if you want to see the big game. This is the session known as the Homecoming Dance. And this is a game where the characters are all wandering monsters going to a high school in a fantasy medieval type of setting, like Forgotten Realms or Greyhawk or somebody's custom homebrew D&D setting. There you go. So we'll bring in each person alphabetically. I'll call upon the player. They will say who they are playing. And then we'll remind everybody of the rules because it's been a little bit of time for the person who made a character. We want to make sure she is comfortable and just make sure we're all on the same page. And then we'll jump straight into it. First, we have Andrea. How are you doing, Andrea?
I'm good.
Good, good. So who are you playing?
I am playing July, the troll cheerleader, who's a complete airhead.
That's so out of left field for you. I love that you're playing an airhead cheerleader. It's great.
It should be fun. Or disastrous, I don't know which.
I think both could intermingle. There could be overlap. Next, we have Jan. How are you doing, Jan?
Good, thank you. I will be playing Rodney the Beholder, the pen and paper player slash just general nerd.
Yeah, I love the icon that you have for Rodney. That's super awesome. I just can't get it. Next, we have Yona. How are you, Yona?
I am fine, thank you. I am playing Anita the Ghost, who is probably having some sort of crisis going on between trying to be who she is and not getting over Buff, obviously. So, let's see how things go.
We'll find out who Puff is in just a minute. We have Jules. Jules, how are you doing, and who are you playing?
I'm feeling fine, and I'm playing Gracie the Medusa, who's a very cute, little, maybe overly eager freshman who is looking to make friends and be a good part of the school newspaper team.
Nice, nice. And then last but not least, we have Mick. How are you, Mick? Who are you playing?
I'm fine. I'm Puff, the dragon. And Puff is athletic and smart and all kinds of popular things, except that now he's so hung out on his love affair that went wrong with Adira that he's turned to hallucinogenic substances and has kind of fallen off of his high perch of awesomeness to some degree.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sure that high perch wouldn't last much longer anyway. It's high school.
It's high school.
All right. So in last session, during the big game, we had a bit of thing going on with Rodney. He played a game of papers and paychecks with his RPG guild. And then we had a scene in the newspaper group where they were supposed to try to interview some people for the big game. There was also a scene at the intro to Wandering where Coach Brunk, who's the coach of the Slamball team that had the big game, basically blew off teaching the class and let them wander amongst themselves. And then the big game happened. The star Puff actually helped score the winning goal by grabbing the ball, and Carvathus, the Minotaur, who is the star fullback, alongside him, and he made Carvathus score the winning goal by effectively tossing him and the ball over. So at the end, there was a bit of congratulations. Adira was happy for him, but the whole team, of course, picked up Carvathus and carried him off, and that's what happened in last session. Anything that I missed that somebody wants to highlight? All right.
I got invited into the Minions Club
Oh, that's true. You were invited to 4-H,
to
which
become a
you
great.
didn't. Yeah, I don't know if you were super into that, but
I just don't know if I am a minion. I'll have to see. I might be too assertive to be a minion.
I know this whole relationship of becoming a minion for Gracie might fall by the wayside. All right. So as a reminder for the game, the way that things work is that when you try to do something, you will be looking at your grades. Your grades cover citizenship, fitness, hygiene, occult, scholastics, and vocational. And you have grades within those that determine the number of dice that you get to roll. Those are 6-sided dice. You roll all of those dice. You are looking for the best 2 dice to add up to a total of 8. There are also things called edges that allow you to swap out. So let's say that you have an edge of 4 and one of your best dice was a 3. You can swap out that edge if it applies. It's kind of like a fate aspect, or it's just something special about your character that you say, you know what, I think it applies in this situation. You can swap out your highest die for that edge, or your next highest die. And there are also things called levies, which are a little weird, but we'll walk through it. And what that means is it's similar to an edge, except that it takes that highest die and it swaps it out with a lower die, helping you to fail. The other part of this is that when you roll those dice, you actually have a degree of success, and that's in the character sheet, the template that I've shared with everybody. I copied that straight out of the book just so you have easy access to it. And that is, you look at the lowest of the 2 dice, and that is the quality of your success. So let's say you roll a 5 and a 3. Your 3 is your degree of success, and that is good, based on the little cheat sheet. Cool. All right, so now we will jump straight in. This is it's one of those games where it's a little less rich. The GM follows everybody around, and it kind of wants a little bit more prep. So I tried to do that, and be the judge if that was successful. We start up with the in crowd. And so the in crowd is INN, is one of the cliques that hangs out outside of the high school grounds. Technically, it's where all the cool kids go to hang out as an extracurricular activity. It's kind of unofficial, off the books. And this is a few days after. It's coming up on the homecoming dance, right? So that happens after the big game. And of course, July, who's the sophomore cheerleader, who's very popular, she's there. She's part of the in crowd. And of course, the the wonderful cheerleader who's an iron golem. Her name is Taylor Maid. She's the head cheerleader, and she's kind of the grand poobah of the cheerleading crew. Not to say that July, even for a sophomore, isn't extremely popular. And I think you've got some minions, don't you, July?
Sure do.
Yeah, now, have you detailed out any of those minions? If not, I've got some ideas.
We'll go with your ideas.
I like that. Thank you for that. So I'll drop this into the chat, but let me tell you about the 3 minions. These are all, as you described, from character generation. These minions are girls who, they're kind of the pep squad, right? They want to be cheerleaders. They're not quite there yet, and based on, if I remember correctly, July's evaluation, they're probably never going to get there. But that doesn't stop July from encouraging them / using them however she wishes. Is that the right read?
That's an accurate. That's accurate.
I love July already. So we have Barb the harpy. We have Alexa the half ogre, who is just maybe a little too clumsy to pull off some of the routines, but that doesn't mean she doesn't try, and she knows them all by heart.
Oh God.
And then last but not least, we have Kaylee the orc, who's just really not that attractive. Not that trolls are super attractive, but for some reason July is popular, and so we have a wide range of attractiveness, whatever that spectrum is of various monsters that are considered attractive and popular. Kaylee's just doesn't quite meet those standards.
She's too human.
Yeah, that's it. She's a half orc.
Too pink.
Yeah, she's one of the classic orcs, like the pig snout orc. I think Yeah, so she's wanted on seven systems. She has what is it? The holy crap! Rich just had a brain loss there. Dang it! I was going to quote Star Wars and I failed.
Oh.
I think I lost nerd points. Okay. So we pick up in the in crowd, and we've got some popular fiddle music that's going on. It's a little lively, and Carvathus is here, and of course he's still soaking up the glory of the winning goal in the Slamball game. July, what went on for you? Were you cheering at that game?
Oh, yes.
Oh, cool. So
I mean, you don't get dead center when you're just a sophomore, but I was there.
Nice.
I was really kind of monitoring the left wing, making sure all those girls are doing what they needed to do.
Cool. How did things go for you from the cheer section at the game?
Oh, really good. Because, as we were kind of winding up to that final shot, we just kind of went a little bit crazy and got really excited and got really into our roles. And, we were really the ones getting the crowd up on their feet, so.
Yeah, I agree. Now, is the cheer team, are you, is it an acrobatic thing where you're doing like pyramids and crazy stuff like that? Or is it mostly just inspiring the crowd in particular cheers that gets everyone out and rooting and yelling?
Well, at the actual games, it's more of the cheering, rooting. But we do, there's the little halftime performance, and we are competitive.
Nice. Very cool. Now, is July one of the high flyers, or is
gosh,
she?
yes.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Trolls are so agile.
Nice. I love it. Okay, so what is it that you're drinking here at the inn as all the popular kids are hanging out?
So it's a kind of it's a sweeter kind of mead with kind of the gamey undertone from the kind of blood that they put in it.
Ooh, what kind of blood is that?
Yeah, it's gamey, so it's probably some adventuring party that kind of wandered onto the wrong side of the tracks here.
Ooh, a little human blood. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we've got Barb and Kaylee and Alexa. They're all at your table, right? Or do they get to sit at your table?
I let them sit at my table, but there's because I kind of picture because we're the in crowd, so we've pushed all the tables together, so they're kind of on the end, but they're at least there, like they can pretend to participate.
Nice. So when you say tables, just so we're on the same page, are you thinking like long tables that everybody sits at, almost like a cafeteria type thing, or are they round tables that people all huddle around?
They're probably the shorter tables.
Okay.
It's an inn, right? So, it's designed to seat multiple groups.
Cool. So you've got a fireplace, kicking like a stone fireplace off to the side, and then there's a long bar, a few serving winches, and men, by winch is a general term. There's male and females, men and women, but not men or women. These are all humanoid related because the humans get beaten up or run off. You're still within the penumbra of the valley, so the violence here isn't significant. You can't actually kill anybody. There's a magic spell that's cast over the valley by the people who set up Wandering Monster High School. So that's why, Gracie is able to have conversations with people rather than turning them all to stone. So that's kind of nice.
Aww.
Yay! Just think when you graduate, everyone you're going to turn them to stone. Have fun in high school, Gracie. Okay, so back to July.
Oh.
Not that you're going to die lonely, but that's just what happens to every other Medusa.
Oh, sad.
Oh, man, that was mean. Okay, here we go. Back to July. All right. So you've got your little clique, and they're hanging out with you, and so Barb is there. She's really gossipy, right? Because she's a harpy. It's a thing. It's like in her blood. That cheer in the third quarter when Carvathus was running downfield, but they didn't throw the ball to him, and you totally called it was the best cheer of the entire game. You're like prescient July, prescient. That means like you can see the future and stuff. It's totally awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I'm totally the best cheerleader that they've got out there on the left wing.
Oh,
I know
and
it's total. Oh, I'm sorry.
no.
Oh, I was just gonna say I know it's totally unprecedented, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be the first junior head cheerleader they've ever had.
Kaylee says, "Oh, absolutely. You are head cheerleader material. I mean, tailor-made's all that, but you're like all that, and then a bag of like rib bones. Totally."
Totally. And, you know, when I'm head cheerleader, I'm gonna make sure that you girls get your own squad.
There's clapping included by Alexa. Of course, just caps a little too hard. You know, it's kind of ear popping clapping coming from the half ogre. She, yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna be the best cheerleader. I know all of the cheer. I can do one now. She stands up. She starts to go through very like knocking people over cheer. It's very demonstrative of her excitement in support of the Wandering Monster High School. All the other cheerleaders who are actual cheerleaders start to kind of look at her in horror, and they know that she's attached to you. So
oh no.
this could not be great, July. It could be possibly not great. What do you do?
What cheer is she doing?
Oh, she is doing like it's a counting thing, 2, 4, 6, 8 kind of thing, and then she goes into like pork chop, greasy, greasy. We can beat your team, easy, easy.
Oh my god.
And
That's
she does
phenomenal.
this thing with her hands, but unfortunately she was eating chicken, so there's like chicken parts that are flying around.
Oh my god.
It's not going incredibly well.
Oh god.
She's pulling off the cheer, unfortunately. She's also knocking people around and extremely loud. I'm super excited.
So, July kind of leans over to the other minions and she's like, why don't you just go get her a drink? Take her over to the bar and get her something to drink. It's totally on me.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So I think I'd like to see how you pull that off. Like if you do it without, no, I want to finish. So this will be a hygiene roll. What you need to do then for July is take a look at your hygiene grade, which is fantastic. You have an A, and that lets you start with 4 dice. So you start with 4 6-sided dice, and then look along to see if there are any gifts and talents that you feel might fit here. I think popular could possibly be one. Cheerleading squad is your extracurricular activity. Makes some sense here as well. So let's just go ahead and roll those 6-sided dice, all 4 6-sided dice right now. I'm not sticking a levy on you. We're just going to kind of walk through and see how you pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
That is not some great dice.
Not so good.
All right, so your best dice are a 5 and a 2. But now we talk through the edges. So which edges do you think fit?
Totally the cheerleading one.
Okay, so your cheerleading squad extracurricular is exactly where you are, is the edge of 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can take that 5 that you already have, swap out your 2 with the other 5, and then what does that make those 2 dice total as?
10.
Right. So 10 beats an 8, so you succeed, and then you take a look at the cheat sheet. Do you need me to link it? Oh, no, you're in the doc. Cool. And we'll link this in the show notes, to the document that we're referencing. So what is a degree of success of 5?
It's July, but I'm not 100% sure where you're seeing this.
Oh, cool. No problem. All right. So if you take a look in the class roster,
Mm-hmm.
there is another tab at the bottom called cheat sheet.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, sorry, it's not lower down. You're probably like scanning down to like the row 5,000. It's like, where the hell did he stick this? No,
Okay.
it's a whole nother tab, and you can see that degree of success, and it's a 5 is your lowest. So, what is that quality?
Are we doing degrees of success? Wouldn't that be a 2?
We are. No, actually. So in a degree of success, so you try to beat an 8 to see if you succeed or fail. Then once you beat the 8, you look at your 2 dice, and the lowest of those 2 dice determines your degree of success.
Oh, I see. Okay. So difficult.
It's a little funky.
So-
I've never played a game that does that. It's kind of neat.
That is kind of neat. I like it. Okay, so a degree of success of 5 is awesome.
Yes. So imagine if you'd rolled like a 6 and a 2. That's an 8. But the 2 is your degree of success, so it's only average. So you succeed, but you kind of only did it marginally. Or not marginal, because that's the lowest. Whoops. So anyway, a 6 and a 2 would be average. It'd be an average success. But you've got a 5 and a 5, so it's awesome. So the girls, they all hop up, and they go over to the bar, and they're ordering drinks, and you can overhear Alexa say, "I want the big one, the big one." She's gesturing for a very large free mug that you're going to pay for. So as you're doing that, Taylor May gets up, and like people watch, and she walks over. You know, of course, she's built very well. She's very attractive, and her rivets are just shiny, and she's just been recently buffed, you know, so that's a thing. And she comes and she sits daintily down beside you and says, "July, I just want to say, you kept your wing up so well. You're doing a great job."
Oh, thank you, Taylor. But you know we couldn't do this without you.
I know, and thank you for recognizing that. I tell you, when I graduate next year, I really think that you were in the running.
No way. That is so totally nice of you.
Well, it's not just me. I mean, you have earned it. You have put in the hours, July, and you know all of the cheers. I do think maybe you saddle yourself a little bit with some of these others, but I'm sure that you find a lot of value in them.
Well, she kind of leans back and, fiddles with her hair, which is, gross and trolly and greasy.
Like her scraggly, greasy hair. Oh, it's awesome.
Well, you know how minions are. Somebody needs to keep them in line.
That's true. That's true. And you're definitely taking a hit for the team having to deal with that rabble. So I respect that. Hey, did you read that article in the, what is it they call the newspaper this week? Whatever.
No.
Well,
which article?
It's totally trash. They wrote an article about the cheer squad and featured me, and it had absolute untruths, and it really offended me.
Oh my God, I cannot believe they would do that to you. You are the star of the school.
Well, evidently, the newspaper crew does not think that, and I respect that they have their own opinion, but when you're going to report facts, you should report facts that are true.
Exactly.
I was wondering, you're part of the yearbook committee, right?
Of course.
I think that's great. Extracurricular activities are really important for us as cheerleaders because we get to contribute to the overall betterment of the school, and I think that's a fantastic choice of you.
Aw. Why do you ask?
Well, I was wondering, the yearbook team, they don't really like the newspaper crew, right?
Of course not. They have no idea what's good for the school.
Agreed. I agree. You're so smart. I was thinking maybe you might be able to get, say, perhaps the keys to the little workroom where they go and make their...
Oh, you mean the closet?
Yeah. That one girl, the little Medusa girl, isn't she on yearbook and newspaper? Maybe you could get the keys from her?
Oh my God, you are so smart.
Thank you. I mean, this has to be hush-hush, but I was thinking that perhaps we could just, show them we should publish the truth. And maybe if we had access to the printing press, we could just actually put out an issue that says what's really real. And I know that you, as a fellow cheerleader, that we could work together. And let's just say, it would definitely go far as far as you and I and our relationship together, July.
Of course, Taylor. I'll totally do anything for you. I mean, you are the head cheerleader for a reason.
She reaches over and rubs her metallic hand on your scaly shoulder and says, "Do you have a date for the homecoming dance? Because if you don't, I can help you."
No, I totally thought Allah was going to ask me, and I haven't heard from him yet.
I know Allah's cousin. And if you can get me those keys, I can guarantee you that he'll be taking you to the homecoming dance.
I will get those for you. As friends.
Right. Totally. Thank you. Then you hear clomp, 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 clomp as Alexa walks back. She sets her gigantic, humongous mug down and splashes a little bit, and then Barb and and Kaylee come over as well. And they're like, "Oh my God, you were talking to Taylor Maid!" And Taylor Maid's slipping away. She gives a polite wave, and she works her way back to Carvathus and the rest of the other people at the. So, anything else other than talking to your minions? Anybody in the cheer squad or among the Slamball team? Puff is not here, but the rest of the Slamball team's here.
I think we're going to have to come up with a plan. And by we come up with a plan, I mostly mean the minions have to come up with a plan and get me this. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Sweet. Do you want to talk through this, or do we fade out?
We can fade out.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So let us pick up with the next scene. And I'm sorry these are solo, so I appreciate you guys playing audience. But I want to kind of set up some stuff for the big homecoming dance. And I did prep, so screw you. All right. Sorry, that was totally mean. Scene 2. So we open up, and we're in the library, so the camera kind of pans through the library, and you get all kinds of, it's like Monsters University, and you get all the crazy monsters. They're checking out different books, and they're ogre-sized books, and there's even a small dragonling that's kind of flying around carrying stacks of books and stuff. And then we pan into the one room with a stout oak table with a hex map on top of it, and standing on top of the table is, in right in front of his DM screen, is Yipnir, who's running the game today. Yipnir has set up. So here, I'll step into Yipnir. So he's standing behind his screen. He goes, "All right, guys, I've been working on this for weeks. This is the Office Krampus party. All right. So now keep in mind, Rodney, you're still playing Steve, right? Now, Gregorius, you're going to be playing a new character, right?" And so he pans over to the Minotaur Gregorius, and he's huddled over, and he's got a bunch of, a stack of books. He's got all the supplements for PNP, right? And he's been maximizing this character to the nth degree. He's got a character sheet and a second character sheet. He's written all these signed line notes and everything. Then he huddles over, he looks up, and he smiles and goes, "Yep, my character's name is Steph. And she's another office worker, and she's in competition for the big promotion." And Yipnir's like, "That's right, and that's your promotion if you can pull off this office party, Steve, a.k.a. Rodney." And then yeah. So you think you're going to be able to impress the boss?
Totally. I mean, Steve is a total boss. Not about. You understand what I'm saying, right? Yes, of course. Okay, right.
And then Wom, who's got her little kind of her archaic, weird, or not archaic, but magical, arcane little laptop there. She's like, "I'm still Sandy, right?" "Yeah, of course you're still Sandy. Whatever." Now, so we've got Steph, we got Steve. You guys have got to impress. Remember the project manager, the really important guy, Bob. And then that's when Urgek says, "Wait, Bob was your character." He goes, "No, he's an NPC now." "But he's your character. You're going to step into him when Gregorius takes over." "Yeah, but he's not getting any XP." "But you're like totally making him important." "Judge, do you want to play or not?" "Am I still in the mail order room?" "Well, that's your character." God, I hate this game. Can we just kill some stuff?
It does make sort of sense. Like that, it's kind of weird that if Bob now suddenly is promoted, like how did that happen? Like did this happen behind the scenes? Just trying to make sure that the story still fits, you know.
All right, Gregorius, we worked this out behind the scenes when you were rolling up your character, remember? And Gregorius like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so remember, Bob was your boss. He's still your boss, right? So you might be promoted to his position if you pull this off. Maybe. If, you pull it off.
Well, if this was all worked out with Gregorius, then I guess it's fine.
Herkek's like, he looks over at you and he says, "Man, this stinks like dead people."
Yeah, well, okay.
I mean humans, dead humans. Like
Oh yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, that those are stinky. Yeah.
Cut them with a knife. You just leave them there for a while.
Yeah.
Stinky like that.
It's it's easier if you like from what I understand, like it's a lot less messy if you just petrify them or use a death ray. That's also knives. Not really. I think you're being a bit insensitive here, Greg.
Walnut looks over and she says, "Yeah, not everyone is a biped, and you should be a little more, like, I don't know, thoughtful." Urgek. "I'm an orc. Not really my thing. You stuck me in the mailroom. I'm going to talk about killing people. That's how it goes." All right. So Yvnir, he feels like maybe he's overcome your objection. Like, are you willing to try to assert yourself here to say, I don't really buy this? If you want, you could try to make a roll. This will be, you're trying to master the rules, right? So I don't think it's necessarily a hygiene roll unless you're approaching it.
No, I think I was convinced just because it was already discussed by Gregorius and Yvnir. And like, oh, well, fine. If you guys.
Oh man, so you're gonna let it go, huh? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Could be dangerous. Cool. All right. So Yvnir starts laying down.
I know the rules better than Yvnir anyway, so.
I thought you wanted to prove that you knew the rules better than Yvnir.
Well, this was just story stuff.
What rules are the story? That's why you're playing a game. You're not just sitting around telling stories. We could consider the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Okay, so Yvnir quickly lays out the office party. All right, so the office party is in the office, right? Because we already have all this cool map. But they moved aside all of the things, so the cubicles are kind of open up. We're in the conference room, right? Now, so Steve, you have heard a rumor that somebody spiked the punch. So what do you want to do about that? Are you going to just let it go? Maybe use it to your advantage? What are you doing about the spike punch? Is that real?
Right. So, yeah, no, I'm just first going to try and find out who. I'll do like a social thing, and I'll try and find out who spiked the punch. Because if it was Bob who spiked the punch, which is totally possible, because he used to be a bit of a dick, but now he's our boss, so. And if it was him that spiked the punch, then I probably shouldn't tell him. Because, but if it wasn't him, then I might be able to get a promotion.
Oh, Gregorius jumps in. He's like, "Oh man, do you want to use the new alternative in research and investigation rules for P&P?"
Oh, no, that actually sounds awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sweet. So now you're like stepping out of the normal Pinocchio. Yitnir looks a little nervous. He's like, "I've only skimmed those rules." All right, just let's
it's
see
okay. It's okay. We can explain it to you.
Ooh, nice. Okay, cool. So, give me a scholastic roll because you're trying to use your book knowledge here of your extensive knowledge of P&P.
Let's see, character sheets. I think I probably have an A on scholastics, but just
You
need to
do.
make sure.
Sorry, I've got the yeah. You have an A in scholastics. You have 4 dice to roll.
Oh, hold on, dice stream is being.
No, we can't allow you to roll real dice.
Hold on, it's coming.
That's a lie. It's a dirty lie. Oh my goodness. What are you on, a Mac?
I have a 5 and a 6 already.
Holy frijoles. None of your edges are going to beat that. So
I don't think so.
You definitely succeed. You have awesome success there. So you tell me, did Bob spike the punch, or is this punching? What's the deal with the spiking and the punching?
I think that considering Yipnir, I think originally it was Bob that spiked the punch, but he probably fudged it now so that it was someone else. And he's I'm just going like, okay, I made my roll. So yeah, I'm. So how this works is now that I've made this roll, then you add my charisma to my and then. And now you need to tell me who actually spiked the punch. Was it Bob? Huh? It was Bob, wasn't it?
No, it was Joe. And the Ergic looks up and he's like, "What? What do you mean it was me?" He's like, "Yeah, it was Joe. He totally spiked the punch because he's trying to get an HR complaint filed."
Wait.
No, it's right here in my notes that are where I erased it.
Joe, Ergek, did you discuss this with Yip there?
Why would I spike the punch? Right now I've got the paper cutter. I've taken it off of it's a really good cleaver. I'm not going to spike anything except maybe somebody in the head.
Yipnir, I look, actually, you can't just take actions for other people's player characters. You can do everyone else, but if you want someone to spike the punch, like either it has to be Bob or someone else, but it can't be Steve or Sandy or Joe or Steph.
There's a mind flayer.
What?
Who controlled Joe's brain, and so that's how that happened. With a mind flayer. I mean, illithids, mind flayers.
Yipnir, you're thinking a different system.
A different system? It's real life, man.
Look, we're
My mom knows another mind flayer. Are you saying that they can't control people's brains?
Yeah, no, I'm saying that in papers and paychecks, there's no mind flayers.
Wait, show me where it says there are no mind flayers.
Look, it's. I'll grab the office workers manual.
Nice, cool. All right, so I'm gonna let that carry forward with your investigation. So the game's starting to kind of fall apart at this point as Yipnir is trying to introduce an illithid into papers and paychecks, which is obviously illegal. This game is going off the rails quickly. This guild there's a lot of hurt feelings now. Gerbeck is super pissed, and he just wants to turn this into like an office death party. Umwam is quietly like, at this point you hear under her breath like, I want to drink the spike punch. It would be great. Can I dance on a table? I've heard a thing can be done like that in Papers and Paychecks. I read a comic one time. And then Gregorius is like, whoa, obviously this is a problem with, maybe it's a problem with Rodney because he's not running the game. Sorry, but you're not the ref, and we already worked out the handover. Steph just really needs this promotion.
Well, yeah, but look, if you want to play a game like in the real world, then we should have played a different game. But we're playing Papers and Paychecks here. This is fantasy. We're doing an office thing.
Nice. Cool. So at this point, Gitner just stomps his foot on the table and says, all right, I'm calling a break. We're taking a break. Game session over. I'm taking a break. Maybe next week we'll just, like, if you want to run the game so bad, Rodney, maybe, it looks like you want to be behind. You want to step behind the screen, man? You could do it.
Well. Again, I don't want to keep pointing this out, but I wouldn't step behind the screen. But I have been playing with some ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I have been actually thinking about some ideas, and I think I could run. I have some cool ideas for Papers and Paychecks. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, I want to see how you pull this off. So I'm going to give you. You're basically taking over the game at this point, right? You're offering to be the GM or the ref.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a hygiene rule for all of your academics. I think you're dealing with the personalities of other people, which is not necessarily your experience. We'll go ahead and clear dice. I'll give you an edge of Umwam support, and that's going to be an edge of 4. Okay? You still got to pull off those 2 dice, and if there are any other edges you think you can make apply, then you can.
Well, I think that my Papers and Paychecks RPG Guild's edge could apply.
I think it makes sense. You're going to pull this off then.
Let's see. So my hygiene is a C.
Yeah,
only
so
2.
Those dice.
Well, it's a good. It's a good thing I have edges.
Oh, that would have been so terrible. Okay, so with your 4 and your 5 edge. Oh wait, we talked about the hack of just doing 1 edge at a time. Do we want to do that? I totally suggested 2 edges, but then.
Oh right. That works. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, totally just put it on the table.
I also thought about it.
Yeah, one of our.
Actually, that's fine because especially on a 2-die roll, it's.
Yeah, like why would you roll dice?
Yeah.
So yeah, Andrea. So one of the pieces of feedback we had after the first session was that if you sit there and layer edges, like right now, Umwam is a 4-die edge or 4-point edge. Papers and Paychecks Guild is a 5 edge. So those 2 right there invalidate even needing to roll dice unless you want to roll to get higher, because 4 and 5, 9. So what we had suggested, or one of the things we talked about at the end of the last session was, hey, maybe we just say you can only use 1 edge per roll. So there's actually a chance of failure, because one of the things we found was it's kind of hard to fail at this game, like difficult.
That makes sense.
Okay, so if we go with 1, then that means you've got a 5 and a 2.
Yeah.
Which would be a failure. So your degree of failure is let me double check. I'm afraid I'm gonna mess this up. Degree of failure. Degree of page 23. Okay, so if it's rare requirements if you fail, you roll a 7 or less. You've not succeeded. badly failed is important. You look at the highest of the two dice you added together. There'll be a 5, so it'll be critical. So you suggest to take over the game. Yibnir kicks over the DM screen, the rest screen, and just stalks off. And Gregorius stands up, and he has all of his books, and he's like, "You better make this next game amazing, because I was going to get that promotion, because my character's better than yours, and I'm keeping this character. Steph is going to be in your game." And you.
Oh yeah. No, you can definitely play Steph. That works.
Fine. Well, I guess we're done for today. Thanks a lot, Rodney. And he gets up and stomps off.
What about you? Are you
Urgex
looking forward to it?
Urgex pulls out his he's got a cleaver that kind of looks like the way he was describing is. I gotta say, I'm relatively excited about this new opportunity for you. I think maybe we should just switch P&P and play a whole new game.
Well, let's first try and wrap this one up a bit, because everyone is excited about their character, especially Greg is trying to play out Steph a bit. We should work this one out first. We'll see if Yipnir wants to play Bob or someone else. I assume that if we're keeping in mind that Bob was promoted, then he probably wants to play Bob now. That makes sense. But we can make this work.
Can make a new character then.
If you don't mind, that I use Joe as an NPC.
Sure. That sounds great. All right, well, I'll roll a new character next week, or whatever. He gets up and he starts walking out, and Mom says, "I think that could have gone better, but I'm still pretty excited that you're running the game."
Oh yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get to play more today. It's not sure what going to Yipnir. He was definitely bending and breaking a bit too many of the rules there.
I just thought it was great that you called him on it, because even before you joined the group, it was like that. Yipnir's not the best ref, really, but I think you're going to do pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks. So, are you still going to play Sandy?
If you want me to, if you need me to play somebody else, I'm okay with it. I mean, I like Sandy, but
no, you can definitely play Sandy. And I guess, we can't have the session next week because that's when the promise.
We can't. But oh, who are you going with, Rodney?
Oh well, I wasn't sure. Weren't you going to the prom? I figured you would definitely have a date already.
Oh, I was just thinking more P&P, because I wasn't planning on going to dance.
Well, isn't it one of those things where is it that you don't want to go?
Well, I like to dance, but I just didn't. It felt weird to, go by myself and stuff.
Oh well, if it feels weird to go by yourself, I guess we could go together. Just So we're not going alone? That's...
Okay.
Really?
We could do that. So we could just check it out. To dance and others, peoples and stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, no, totally. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Okay. So, well, well, how do I pick you up? Or,
Well, I'm in dorm 3.
oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay. And then she gathers up her books and kind of quickly walks away.
As soon as she walks out of the library, Rodney sort of falls from his levitating position and sort of rolls over on his back like, ah!
Oh, that was great. That was great. Awesome.
Tears in all of his eyes.
All of his eyes.
What did I just do? What did I just do?
That's great. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Are we good? I'd like to move to another scene here. We're going to pick up in the cemetery. And this is kind of along the same timeline, so we're dotting along with the extracurricular activities time frames. Class is over. Undead Poets Society, of course. Adira is there. Would anybody else be there, listening to poetry with the society? Like, would Puff possibly butt his way in, or no? I'm just asking. Oh, you're muted.
No. Yeah. I think, sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we've got a little circle here of this is small. Not the whole society's here today. There's a lot of people are off doing some other activities. Miss Sharada is the advisor. She's a sphinx. She's not actually here. Like, she's within the cemetery, but she mostly patrols the grounds. We have Lestrade, the vampire, is here. Drizzle, the dark elf, is here, as well as the zombie poetess. And so, how is it that Adira, like, what's her general attitude in the cemetery and part of Undead Poets Society?
So far, she's mostly just been hanging around there, listening to others. She's been trying to write some poems herself, and she's not sure if it's a good idea to be at the cemetery because she kind of, considers that her space. It's like her happy place to go to.
Her happy place, right?
Yes.
Happy is
yes.
Funny. This is the cemetery for, I don't know, all the students who didn't graduate or something. I don't know. It's interesting with the spells that are cast over this place. Who does get buried in the cemetery? Is it just the students that don't graduate? They're not good enough minions, and so they're killed. Is that how it works, Adira? Do you know?
At least some of them, probably yes.
You flunk out, you end up in the cemetery. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. So you don't want to do that.
Nice.
Yes,
No pressure. That is awesome. I cannot wait till we get to the final exams episode. Cool. What about Puff? Like, have you been coming to this frequently?
No, just since I got kind of an inkling that maybe Adira was starting to warm up to me again, I just kind of showed up uninvited to this, and I'm sort of hanging back, just wanting to listen and chill.
Nice. All right, so Lestrade, of course, is sitting on a headstone. Like, let's see, what are the ones? Tombstone. Because you can't sit on a headstone, you'd be on your butt. So he's sitting on a tombstone, and Myrrh is currently performing, and Drizzle, he's just kind of standing near you, Puff. Like, Drizzle's a big fan. For Dark Elves, they like dragons, so he thinks you're pretty great. so he'll be hanging out near you. Adira, you're ghostly, so do you sit like cross-legged? Do you just walk? Do you hover? How?
I am sitting in sort of like lotus position in like maybe 10 centimeters over one of the tombstones.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hovering
Oh, that's
over.
so cool. I love that image. That's great. And it's always like despite what the weather might be in the rest of the valley, it's always just a little overcast. There's always a few clouds over top of the cemetery. It always seems just a little dimmer here. You know, and there's even like a little bit of a fog that's rolled in as Myrrh is giving her recitation of a poem that she's recently written. O Rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in fire in the night, in the howling storm, has found out thy bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. Then Lestrad's like, he like snaps. Nice. Cool. So Lestrade, who's a little bit of the ringleader, he looks over and he says, "We have a new member to the circle today. The very popular Puff. Welcome, Puff. You are always welcome within the Undead Poets Society, even though you're not undead. But are you a poet? That is what I want to know."
I got thoughts sometimes that seem to have a lilty kind of cadence to them. And I got dreams that sometimes kind of have some maidens to them. But I don't know if you'd call me a poet. I don't know.
Very interesting. Adira, I know you've been working on a few pieces. Do you have anything to share with the circle?
They're not ready. Not ready.
Well, I know you're workshopping.
Oh, come on.
I don't have anything ready. I no, I can't. And then she kind of just blushes if you see that.
Also, like all this pale ghost, you see his red cheeks kind of glow. That's great. Cool. So Lestrade's he's not gonna give you. He's saying, if you don't let forth your heart, Adira, we'll never be able to hear it. I think in any shape it is, you should take that piece of creativity and you should let it flow. And we will be open, our ears open, our souls open, to help you shape it.
Open and flow.
But I don't have anything ready. I would just rather listen to. I'm not sure what's going on. I have lost something. I look at this. This is what I'm painting. Something is wrong with me. I can't do poetry. Something is very much wrong with me. And then she just kind of flips and facing, everybody sees her face. Now, back.
Cool. So Lestrade looks like, whoa, uncomfortable. He's not going to dip his toe into that.
No, wait a minute. That was it. That was the best thing I've heard here so far today.
Oh, man, Myrrh looks at you like... Cool, okay. Hey, well, let's see if Puff can convince the Undead Poets Society that what Adira has just pulled off is, an expression. So give me a hygiene. You're dealing with other members of the society, your other fellow monsters.
Okay, I got it. Ooh,
You are very good at the hygiene. You have 4 dice, sir.
Yep. Rolling puppies. Okay, And
Best dice are a 3 and a 4, which would be a fail. But do you have any gifts and talents you could maybe pull off?
I'll think. I'm charming. I am charming.
Cool. Okay, so if we look at your dice, we swap out that 3 with a 5.
Then I got a 5 and a 4.
Cool. And we look at
Will a 9 get me there?
Yes, you need to beat an 8, and your 4 is your lowest die, so your
It's a
degree
great
of success.
success.
Great. Awesome. So, yeah, you hear some snaps. Adira. Mer's still a little touchy about that being the best thing today, but nobody
I sort
objects
of
to it.
tentatively turn back slowly.
Author, just do some more of that.
Nice.
Come on. That was good. Do another one.
Why? Lestrade says, why? Adira, tell us, why do you feel so out of sorts? What's happening with you?
I don't know. Glancing at Puff and quickly looking back. Something is just... I don't know. You, please help me. Give me something to read.
Mer says, I have something I can share. And she'll reach into her little tattered pouch and she pulls out some like strips of paper on scroll work and she'll hand you a little poem to perform. She scribbled very long, sloppy handwriting because she's a zombie. So, handwriting's not so great.
Zombie.
Cool. So you basically just want to perform Mer's poetry to get everybody to back off?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Cool. Cool. So let's see. What fits there? Definitely not citizenship. It could be another hygiene role, but be interesting since creative writing is under scholastics. Maybe scholastics because you're performing someone else's poetry to understand it, to really
2 dice.
evoke it.
Hey, that's 2 dice. Like, what could go wrong?
Oh, I like that your Undead Poets Society is only a 3 edge. That's not great.
Okay.
Orb of plagiarism. Oh, you could have done it yourself. A 5 and a
right.
2. What edge do you think is most appropriate, or what edge do you want to try to use for Adira here?
I am just reading what I have. Nothing good.
Oh, not true, not true.
No, but it's only 2. Popular. Charming, but it's only 2. So.
Wait, are you looking at the right person? I don't think you have charming.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
I am.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You're right. Perfect pitch and charming. Well, let's see here. What about Gloom Club? Possibly. Undead Poets Society, you have that as a 3
Yeah,
point.
that's a 3. Well, that's probably what fits the best, right?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, so 5 and 3 is an 8. So you pull it off with a good success. So what's this poem about? And what this poem, what's it about? And what is it that you're able to tap into, Adira, that helps you kind of bring the poem forth?
So it was the zombie who gave it to me.
Yes.
So it's definitely about brain. It has to be about brain. You know. But all the thought of, you know, zombies going after the brains and all that, it kind of makes me feel better. Okay, all the dark things about the world, it's a little bit better. So.
Cool.
And then I'm thinking about Puff and how smart I think he is, and that makes me feel better. And then I'm like, no, I need to get these thoughts out of my head.
Nice. All right, so a couple more poems happen. Adira, you're able to kind of duck out of it. Puff, you shared enough at the outset, you know, that the Lestrades decided to let it go and kind of continue to welcome in. Anything you guys do after the society comes to a close and everybody kind of, they put out the candle they've lit for this particular Undead Poets Society meeting and reading, and then anything for Puff or Adira here as everybody starts to disperse, head back to their dormitories or other activities?
Hey,
Hey, thank you for saving me.
You know, words come out of your mouth. They're like flowers anyway, so it's a
Oh,
good
thank
thing.
you.
You need to
Thank
just
you.
be more, brighten up some. You got good things going on. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Yeah.
what's wrong with a little sunshine?
I guess nothing.
Yeah.
You want to have this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. There you go.
That rocks. It's almost psychedelic. This is good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, homecoming
Yeah.
happening soon.
Yeah, it is.
Since we broke up, like I haven't really been into anybody, cause you into anybody?
No. I mean, no.
So no dark and gloomy dead greasers.
No. And after that painting, I don't think they. Anyway.
So you want to maybe rethink the whole, not being a good fit thing?
Yes, I do, but can I talk to you later about this? I'm kind of feeling all kinds of confused now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, later, another time, maybe. Okay. So, you go do what you got to do, and I'll talk to you another time later.
Okay. She quickly gives him a little kiss on the cheek and runs away.
And technically, by size, it is a little kiss on the cheek because he's a dragon.
Yes.
That was totally awkward, Puff. I think the camera, like as the scene comes to close, we see, yeah, like the complete confusion. But yeah, what did you do wrong? What did you do wrong, Puff? Man, it's rough.
Okay.
Cool. And we'll end that scene, and let's take a quick bio break. It's been requested in chat, so we'll break for 5 minutes. Anybody who doesn't need to go, feel free. I'll be back in just a minute here, and we can do a little quick pulse check and see how we're doing. Cool. So 5 minutes. Misa back. Are scenes running too long? That's the one question that I really have.
Come again?
Are the scenes running too long?
Right.
I'm actually really enjoying watching the other people's scenes.
Yes.
So.
Okay, that was my one.
Exactly. Like, I feared for the same when I was doing my scene, but then whenever anyone else is doing a scene, I'm not feeling it. So I think they're probably long, but not so long that they're not enjoyable.
Okay.
Okay.
We are up to scene 4. I'm glad that Puff was in that scene because I was like, I totally see where this Adir scene by herself could go, but I'm hoping that Puff would want to insert himself. That's why. But thanks, Mick.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay. We are going to pick up with, I think a day passes just because this now needs to happen at a different time frame that would have already passed. But I want to pick up with the Monstrous Compendium yearbook meeting. It's the first one since July agreed to try to get the keys to the newspaper office, the press room office. And, of course, we got Gracie here.
Hi.
Who's a member of the yearbook, the Monster Compendium. I just love that. So great. Cool. All right. So, Gracie, one of your good friends or a person who's been relatively nice to you is a sophomore by the name of Laika. She's a werewolf. But, it hasn't been full moon in a while, so she just looks like a brown-haired, yellow-eyed human girl, except for the yellow eyes. But, yeah, she's been nice enough to you, although she got a little scared at first when she first met you, but then she remembered the spells and stuff don't affect.
Yeah. Plus 2 of my snakes are really nice.
Which 2? Do you name them?
No, it's just the smart one, the mean one, and the funny one.
I love that.
Really
Well,
hard.
so July and Gracie, you're both part of the yearbook committee. What have you worked on together?
We thought we could do the pictures because last time we just had some people scribble their own stuff and it got a little obscene, and then we were like, we could just do all the pictures for this year, and that we will just make all of them ourselves, and that will totally work. I mean, there's a lot of people, and then we thought we could just do maybe the just most popular people, and the rest we will just do one blanket picture for everyone. But that seemed kind of mean, so I was thinking I could secretly do them all anyway.
So, July, are you the person who kind of volunteered to pick out who the popular people are?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you have to coordinate, right? I mean, you can't have Taylor with her chrome body in a picture next to somebody with sallow skin. It's just not good.
Okay. That sounds good. We'll do it on the other page then. But shouldn't people be sorted by year? And you guys are in the same year, right?
No. It should be sorted by popularity.
Oh.
Because obviously you want to see those people in front, right?
Oh, so the first should be the prom king and queen.
Yes. See, now you've totally got it.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Who was prom queen last year?
Last year it was a girl named Hemke.
Oh. I don't know her. Is she still here?
No, she's a transfer student. She went back to her kobold clutch.
Oh. I guess then we can't finalize these plans until it's after prom.
Yeah, but we can still do like the general layout.
Okay. Yes.
We just have to make sure that the page with the prom king and queen like doesn't have any other yellows or oranges in the outfits, because that's totally going to clash with the school uniform. The school uniform for the prom king and queen.
Yeah. That. Yes. 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 That's a yes. Great idea.
You
So-
work for the school newspaper, right?
Yeah. That's it. I'm like in three after school clubs. Well, officially only 2, but I got invited into the Minions after school club. But I'm not sure if I should go. I don't know if I have what it takes to be a minion.
Uh-huh.
Do you think I have what it takes to be a minion?
Are you good at like, I don't know, doing what people tell you?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Then yeah, probably.
I thought I might be
But
too.
if
Oh,
you want, I kind of have my own minion thing going. It's not like an official club or anything. But you're like cute. You could be a cheerleader. Have you ever thought about being a cheerleader?
I could cheer. I could lead cheers.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's totally what cheerleaders do.
With the outfit and the no, I couldn't do that. I'm pretty clumsy and it looks hard.
Oh, it's easy.
And you guys all look so pretty when you're up there.
It totally takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of makeup. I mean, it's sometimes hard getting people's skin tones to match, but you know, that's what makeup's for.
Matching colors is very important, I think.
But if you want to try out being a minion,
Yeah.
and if you maybe want to think about like joining the cheerleader club,
Mhm.
like you could follow me around.
I guess I could do another after school activity. I mean, there are a lot of days in the week.
Yeah, like some number. Yeah. Anyway, you're like totally on the school newspaper, right?
Hey, you just asked me that. Yes,
did.
yes, I am. I do illustrations here. It's pretty cool here, actually. It's sort of like this.
Did
Except
you
with-
did you have something to do with the article on Tailor Made?
Oh no, I don't get to write articles. I write bylines and sometimes. Oh, I did an interview with the kid whose arms got broken by Puff. I mean, it was very sad. But
Well,
you know.
but you like have access to like pictures and things, right?
Yeah, I do. I make a lot of them. I did the one with the kid with his arms were broken. It was hard to see him from behind Puff, but I thought it was a pretty good likeness.
So, do you think you could like get access to some of those pictures for? And she kind of gestures to.
For the yearbook.
Yeah.
Well, you can't put the guy with the broken arms in the yearbook. That's a bit sad if he was always remembered as the kid with the broken arms. Right?
Maybe.
I mean, they're gonna heal.
Maybe. Well, anyway, but there's
what
that
picture
great
do you want?
picture of Taylor.
Oh yeah, there was that picture.
And I'm sure there are other pictures.
Yeah. What sort of picture do you want? I could make you a new picture as well.
Well, are there any pictures that we could like put in the yearbook?
I think so. Yeah. There are so many nice ones of people, and that would save us time actually, because then we wouldn't have to draw everyone's picture. So, which picture do you want to? Should I get?
Like, I don't know. Could we like go look at them?
What, all of them?
Gracie, we
You
just
want-
talked about you wanting to be a minion, right?
Yeah. Uh huh.
And
And I
that
was going to
means,
try out for the cheerleader team.
yeah. But to be a minion, you have to do what you're told, right? without asking
Oh.
questions?
I'm asking too many questions. This is so hard. See, this is why I'm not sure if I can be a minion, because maybe I'm too assertive.
It's okay. We'll
What
get
do
you
you
trained.
Yeah? Okay. I don't know.
Well, I think
I
we should totally like go look at the pictures first.
Okay. Yes.
Because you have that one photographer, and I don't know what his damage is, but every picture he takes is totally out of focus.
Yeah, I guess it's artistic. I'm hoping to be the new photographer, illustrator.
I think you would be a great photographer, Gracie.
I hope so.
But we should go look at the pictures.
Okay. Do you want to look at the current ones, or do you want to go down into the basement for the newspaper archive? Because it's a little scary there.
I think we should do the current ones.
I ran into a spider that was like as big as me. He was nice though. He showed me like all of the previous editions.
Yeah, I think he like works down there or something. I don't know.
No, I don't think he ever gets out of there.
I kind of think he's banished down there.
That's where banished people go.
Well, yeah, until they meet the spider.
Oh, good thing I wasn't banished. So, I guess we can go to look at the current pictures. Or you could just come to our meeting tomorrow.
But wouldn't it like be a better surprise?
So if people see their work in the yearbook, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Yes, surprises are fun.
Surprises are fun.
So then we should go like in the middle of the night or something. Should we? Am I asking too many questions again?
Yeah, yes, maybe. I'd like that though. Let's do it tonight. That would be so rad.
See, now you're going with my plan. That's not good meaning. I will do better.
You work on that, Gracie.
I will work on this, and we can go tonight. Should I come pick you up?
Yes.
Okay. That's cool. So, are we friends now?
We are totally friends. Well, kind of, because you're still trying out to be a minion.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, there's a difference in class.
Yeah, that's very, very confusing. I run into that a lot.
But we can totally be friends when you're not a minion.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, like on off hours. So who are you taking to the prom?
Well, kind of hoping Allah will ask me. But you know how boys are. They've got this thing where they have to be all cool and they can't be asked people too soon.
Is that a thing? Maybe you should ask. No. No, I'm not suggesting anything. No. Oh wait, this is off hours. Maybe you should ask him.
I don't know. Totally gonna see what's happening. Taylor said she's gonna totally give him a push for me.
Okay. That sounds good. If it's a push to ask you out and not a push down the stairs.
I don't think Taylor would do that.
I read that article.
She's so nice.
Yeah? That's not what the article said.
What did the article say?
In the newspaper.
I heard there was an article, but I totally didn't get a chance to read it.
It said some unflattering things, I suppose. But they seem journalistically accurate.
What's that mean?
Well, there were like sources.
Yeah, but
I don't remember.
were they good sources? Like, were they other cheerleaders or the Slamball team? Because other sources probably don't matter that much.
Oh, I think they were sort of secret sources, but I think like they were pretty sure she was secretly not as pretty as she looked. That's what the article said.
But she's the head cheerleader.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was that girl who always told the gossip. She knows so many things about so many people. It could be her.
Well, she's obviously not correct.
Oh. Well, maybe you should talk to her about it.
there's like a little thought bubble of July's minions like beating the heck out of the girl. Yeah, yeah, I totally will.
Oh, I'm sure it'll all work out then.
But first, we have to get this picture out of the spread. That bow is so last year.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, wow. Oh, I better dump that bow then. Good job. Yes, thank you. I have a feeling like everyone will end up in the back of the book. Like everyone, no one for the front of the book.
Oh, they'll be July. They'll be tailor made.
And that's it.
There'll be a bunch of blank spaces.
Uh-huh.
And all the others.
And then we'll write your name.
Cool. So you guys have a plan to try to sneak in later that night, and I think Laika wants to talk to you about something, Gracie, but she seems to be waiting for July to go away. She seems scared of July, actually. Do you know why that is?
Well, she's really popular, and then she gets kind of judgmental about people's outfits, so maybe Laika is afraid that her outfit is not good.
That's probably it. That's probably it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because she's so nice, though, so that's like the only thing.
Oh, just to kind of insert a little thing that I thought was hilarious is you guys were talking about the spider that's down in the news. The advisor for the yearbook club is, I want to make sure I pronounce this right, Miss Cole, who is actually a face spider.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Large, intelligent spider the size of a desk. And she's one of the non-humanoid instructors at the school. So, yeah, she probably was keenly interested in all your conversation about a spider downstairs. Is that Joe?
He never called me back.
He never calls. Cool. So Laika kind of slides in after she's made sure that July is gone. She says,
Heya.
"Hey, so like I heard you talking about the homecoming dance.
Yeah.
Who is July going with?"
Oh, she said something about, I forgot the name. She was waiting to be asked by insert name, because I forgot it.
It's okay, Ala.
Ada. By Ada.
Oh. Well, like, who are you going with?
Oh, to the prom? I was gonna go and make pictures of people.
Well, you don't want to go with somebody?
Well, I don't really have anyone to go with, and I don't really know many people here, so I'm not sure who would ask me. And, I guess I hadn't considered it. Why? Who are you going with?
Oh, I was thinking that maybe you could ask Puff, because I think he likes you. I saw after the game, the Slamball game, like, I don't know, I was just there, and you looked like you guys had a moment.
Yeah, what? What? But, huh? But that's Puff. He's like the biggest hero in school, and like the handsomest guy in school, and he's the coolest. And no, that's weird. No. He
used to be really popular. He's not quite as popular. Like, he's not better than you, is what I'm saying. Not all.
Really?
Well,
But, and also, I think, like, doesn't Adira like him? Or doesn't he like Adira? I don't know. It's weird.
Adira dropped him, honey. They
They
were
were
together.
dating?
They were dating, and Adira dropped him. Like, totally broke up with him. It was super public. And I heard that she screamed at him and called him names. But that's what I heard. I didn't see it.
Well, maybe there was
She's
a very...
freshman, so I don't even know why she would do that. But I don't think they're getting back together, and I think Puff likes you.
Well, maybe she had a very good reason, because maybe she's a little confused. But I don't see why anyone would ever dump Puff, because he's... Do you really think I should?
I do.
But I don't. Mm. You're such a good friend.
She hugs you because, you know, she's a hugger.
So well, if I hip maybe ask Puff, then who are you asking?
Oh, well, it's on the full moon. So I'll be out ravaging, and
Oh, that's so sad. Why did they ban prom on full moon? That's pretty insensitive, actually.
I don't know. It's a bummer. Don't worry about me, though. I'll wake up with no knowledge whatsoever, naked, covered in blood. It happens.
It's so sad.
It would be sad if I remembered what I did, but mostly it's just waking up naked in the forest with sometimes a deer. Well, instead, but they're usually really what's left is cute.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should have a sort of other prom for you on another day.
A
Like
non-full moon prom would be totally wicked. That is the
Yeah.
coolest, sweetest thing, Gracie. You are so awesome.
We will have a secret after prom.
That's great. That's cool. So, when are you gonna ask Puff?
I guess I have to do it soon because prom is soon. I just wow, you just blew my mind. But what if he says no?
Well, are you going with him now? No. And so if he says no, then nothing's changed.
Well, he says hi to me in school like now.
He'll still say hi.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy.
he is a nice guy. Like some people say he's not a nice guy, but he really is. Like he intended to throw that guy just to help him score.
That was so sweet.
Yeah,
He did not want the glory. He really wanted the team to win. That's a friend.
I
That's a
know,
good
right?
friend.
He's a team player. Okay, maybe, yeah, you're right. You have to take risks in life. Oh my god, that's such a non-minion thing to say. Cool is confusing.
Well, yeah, kind of. But, I mean, that's where you figure it out, right? It's not like you're going to figure it out in the bottom of a dungeon anywhere, or a cavern,
No, that's true, I guess.
or a temple. I mean, really, who figures anything out at temples?
Okay, yeah, it's all the incense. It gets to your head and you can't think anymore.
Right?
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. I will ask him now while I'm still there. Yes.
You should totally do that. She squeezes your arm and it's like, you go, tell me all about it, Gracie. Good real. I'm
Bye.
in your corner. See ya.
Hey, we're friends.
Do we want to skip ahead to that, or does Gracie find Puff?
I'll try to find Puff.
So where would she find Puff? I think Puff.
I'm gonna go to this. I don't know. I'm not sure if Gracie knows that Puff spends most of his time behind the bleachers getting high.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I don't think Puff's in
guess
the
she would
best
go to the gym.
headspace right now. He probably is doing a little bit of that, huh?
Yeah, bleachers.
So I'm gonna take
But
him
off
out.
on my own.
And I'll ask lots of people like, have you seen Puff?
Oh, that's awesome. I think Lestrade knows where to find Puff, so he'll point you to the bleachers area. And so this will be, I don't know, what do you think it's like in the evening, or is it dark outside? When do you think you find Puff?
I guess it can be dark.
It doesn't have to be. I'm just trying
After
to.
classes, after meetings, and after everything. It makes sense.
Sweet. So yeah, after supper too, everybody's had their evening meal, and it's just kind of the free time before bed.
Mhm.
Cool. And so you find Puff. What's Puff doing under the bleachers at the Slamball Stadium, right?
At the Slamball Stadium, yeah, not under the bleachers.
Okay.
Sitting alone in the middle of one of the bleachers, staring up into the sky, doing puff, smoke puff designs.
Oh, that's awesome. Does he have like Gandalf skill? Like
Oh yeah.
yeah, from Fellowship. That's so cool. I love that bit. Sweet. So Gracie, you find him just where Lestrade said that he would be, and there he is, all by himself, not with Adira or anyone else.
Oh man. I want to take a picture, but I can't because I have to. Okay.
And it's like the waxing gibbous moon, so you can see the moon's almost full, and it's a slightly cool night here.
Hey, Puff.
Mhm.
Hi. It's me, Gracie.
Gracie. Lemon Lacy. What's up?
I was looking for you.
You're looking for me?
Yeah. And then
You found me. Yes, you found me. What's up? Oh, wait, I asked you what's up. You're looking for me. Here I am. Wait, deja vu.
You're so funny. Are you okay now?
Am I okay?
Yes. You were a bit slow, so I
This
know you're.
canopy of stars and awesomeness. How could someone not be okay? This is the perfect night for it
For what?
to be dark.
Oh. Well, so I wanted.
What's up, cutie patootie? Talk.
Well,
You came
I
looking
was.
for me, right?
Yeah, I was talking with July, and then
July?
yeah, well, she's in the same club as I am, and she seems nice. But
July? Really?
what?
Can I talk to you a little bit about July? July. She's a wannabe Taylor. And Taylor is nothing but a tin can with makeup on. I don't want to get into your business. I really don't. But you maybe want to stay a little bit away from the cheerleaders, because the cheerleaders, I tell you what, they're just so hollow.
They care a lot about what everyone wears and which color it is.
Exactly. But they don't care a whit about anything that is below the surface.
And I secretly.
Gracie, you gotta be careful.
Well, I am careful though.
Okay.
And I secretly still like the bow, even though it's last year's fashion.
Alright, whatevs. Sorry, I think I might have interrupted you at some point back in the day.
Oh, that's okay. That happens all the time. Well, she said she was waiting for someone to ask her out for the prom.
I am so not asking July to the prom, I'm sorry. You can
No.
tell her that it is not going to happen.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Oh, sorry.
It's a roundabout thing.
Take a breath.
Yeah. And then I said, oh, okay, first breath. And then I said that girls can also ask boys out for the prom. And then she didn't believe me, but I think they can, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I thought so.
Girls can also turn people down when they didn't even get their question out.
Yeah, I guess that could also happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they would still say hi to you in the hall, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I thought so too. So would you like to?
You know what?
What?
You have incredibly nice eyes.
I do?
Just like bright, like the brightest of the stars, and like I'm sitting here looking at this awesome panoply of starlight going across the sky, and then I look you in the eye, and in your eyes it's just like, wow.
Do you want to go to the prom with me?
See what I bet do. You know what?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. All right. Just like, and I put my little clawy finger gently under your chin, and then go. Yes. A girl can ask a guy, and a guy, if he's really smart, will say yes to a girl.
Yay.
So, Yeah, let's do this thing.
I'm so happy.
As long as you look up into my eyes while we dance, so I can
Oh,
look into yours.
okay.
'Cause
Oh my god, we're gonna dance.
you shine. Girl, you shine. You deserve for me not to be half-baked.
I don't
When
think you're
you
happy.
ask this, I'm half-baked. I'm 3.5 quarters baked. But I tell you what, it's the not baked part of me that has decided, why the hell not? Yes, let us go homecoming dancing together.
Yay.
Won't that be a thing that they'll look at and go, what the fuck? And it'll be awesome.
That sounds great. That sounds great. I should leave you to your
Well,
star.
okay, but you got things to do? Because
No, not really.
I can teach you about all the stars.
Really? All of them? I
Every
was never
single
in like
one.
that. Okay.
You could climb up on my back, and I could get you closer to a few of them.
Okay. That would be good because I missed the intro class and now I never know when the stars are wrong or right, I suppose.
Get up on me. Let's fly.
What?
Climb on my back and hold on, and we will fly up there and give you the best astronomy lesson you've ever had in your life.
But we haven't been on our first date yet.
This is our first date right the hell now.
It is?
That's right, shiny eyes. Be my date for a fly around in the beautiful night sky.
Okay, but you can't drop me because then I would be in the hospital and then I can't go to the prom.
Yeah, that would suck. Except I'm not gonna drop you. I got you.
Do you promise?
Cross my hearts.
How many hearts do you have?
I don't know. It's a big ass body. Probably got 2 or 3 in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I will try. I'm ready. Yes.
Okay. So we'll go
Okay.
flying up in the sky then, I guess.
I totally got to know if the half or three-quarter baked Puff does have a bit of a tragic flight mishap here.
Yeah, I'm putting myself up in a weird situation, ain't I?
I love this.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
it's a
boy.
fitness role to see
Yeah,
if
I
you can
think it
keep
probably is.
control.
Oh.
All right.
Oh man, it's gonna be so great.
Nice. Oh boy. Okay. Let's do this thing.
So yeah, you flap your
Let's go
huge
down in
wings, and the
flames.
two of you take flight and start soaring up and over the Slamball
Holy
team.
shit.
Yes! Oh, this is so great. Do you have a 5 edge anywhere that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a natural athlete, but
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's a 4, sir.
oh well. I don't know. I might not have a 5 that applies. Let's see. Flight obviously not helping me much. No.
Oh, your flight, but I guess that's.
But that, I mean, that's not even as good
No.
as. Now, being charming isn't going to help here. So, 4 is the best I can do.
Oh, man. 4 and a 3 is a 7. Ooh. Ooh, harsh. It's pretty serious, too, from the consequences. Oh, this is great. So, yeah, you fly around, Puff. It's amazing. Flying with Gracie. I mean, you can never do this with Adira, right? Because she's a ghost. It's not like you can really carry her anywhere. She can only float so high above the ground. But Gracie's got a physical form, and your head's already just a little light. So you feel superb. Like this is a magnificent experience. And you take her all flying around. You decide, you know what? This would be what make it even more amazing, I'm just going to quickly pull up where is Rich's mouse? There's Rich's mouse. Rich was having trouble with the mouse. And so we take a look at the campus walking tour. And where is it you decide to perch? You know, after taking on an exhilarating flight.
Well, how about the top of the tower?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you take her up onto the top of the tower. And as you buffet your wings and bring in for a graceful landing, your foot slips on the tile of the tower. You're kind of going to get up near the weather vane top, and there's that part that comes down like a triangle, and there's a bunch of slate there.
Mm-hmm.
And you scramble on the slate when you lose a little bit of balance, and then you slip and you land like on your hindquarters. And Gracie, you end up having to hold on, and he just skitters down the slate and starts plummeting towards the ground. And it feels like maybe you've lost control, but at the last second, you buffet your wings just one good hard time, and you're able to slow your descent. You land on the ground hard, and it turns out that the in crowd, including July, they were out at a late night thing, and they just saw this horrible wipeout type thing from the athletic prowess of the wondrous dragon. And July, you just saw this crazy thing where you don't even know if he was being choked by Gracie or what, and he barely pulls it out at the last second, and lands on the ground. And TaylorMade just starts like, can you believe that? Oh my gosh! And so what do you do, July?
So there's a moment of horror, and then I think she. Oh my God, I hate to do this, but I'm so sorry. I think she totally starts giggling with the rest of the cheerleaders.
Sweet. Yes. So. Puff, you're able to kind of pull it in for a landing. Gracie, you fell like 80 feet before he was able to pull out of that. You probably got a few bruises. You could have died.
That was so scary.
Yeah, but it was fun, right?
Did Gracie scream on her way down?
Yes. Was that a prank? Did you do that on purpose?
Well, I didn't mean to hurt you. No hurting. Well, that wasn't the plan.
But you had it under control the entire time, right?
Well, no, 'cause cause your eyes, I was thinking of your eyes, and I was thinking about how, and it just made me swoon, and I kind of lost it a little bit.
Oh, that's bad.
God, that is the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life. But I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
bad.
totally screwed up, and I am sorry that I put you in danger, and I feel terrible. So if you want to take back your invitation, I understand.
No, it was really fun up on the bit where we fell plummeting to the ground.
The Slamball teams come around.
And that was
Carvathus is like, "Hey, you okay, buddy? It looked like you had a little, I don't know, wing issue. Maybe you got a little extra weight there you got to take care of."
I'm going to go right up into his face, lean down real slowly, and say, "You will recall how terribly easy it is for me to pick your ass up and throw it, right?"
Whoa, you know, man, I really like having you on the Slamball team. I don't think Coach Brunk would really want you to throw down with me because you can't fly. He's doing this like, he's got, he's a Minotaur, so he's got the big horns. He's doing this kind of head shaky thing, like, you can't fly.
Can I petrify people? This would be a good time to petrify some people.
You know what? That would be amazing. Because there's no bad thing that can happen from you successfully petrifying him.
No.
at all. That's a great choice, Gracie.
Yes.
Excellent. So you're gonna what? Like, how does this go?
Oh, well, I'm sort of picturing like they're all facing Puff, and Puff is standing in front of me, so he's actually the only one with his back to me, and I sort of peek out from behind him and go, "Hey, everyone, look at me!" And then try to have as many people in lock gazes with me and my snakes.
Oh, this is so great. Oh, I love it. All right, so you're gonna petrify. That is an occult roll.
Oh, that's very
You suck at
occulty.
that.
Yeah, I really suck at that. Wait, how
But
can I
you
have
do
two
have the-
results if I only have one die?
That is a great question. That is a great question. How do you do that? I don't think you can pull it off. Huh.
Yeah, because there's no way to get a bonus die, right? No, wait, there were ways to get a bonus die, weren't there?
No, that's a good question, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to take a break. So I'm gonna look this up. If anybody wants to take a quick break, I'm gonna be looking this up in the book, and if anybody sees it before me, feel free to.
I broke the system.
No, it's great. It's great. If you're rolling one die, just use that one. If you roll 0 dice, you roll 0. So that means you never succeed. Because I know what failure looks like, which is actually might sound like success. Okay, let's see. I succeed. Okay, awful. Bad. I really apologize, guys. My brain had not thought, hey, what if this comes up? So I want to make sure that we're taking a look here. I don't see anything where it talks about it specifically.
I'm also checking it out.
Cool. Alright. I don't... I'm going to roll all the dice together, then pick the 2 highest dice and add them together for the total if you're only rolling 1 die. And just use that one. If you roll 0 dice, then your total is 0. Edges can still increase your roll, see below. Okay. So maybe this bonus on grade can be edge. Edges don't add to the total or the number of dice roll. Instead, they are virtual dice which exist for that particular roll. Each edge has an edge value which is between 1 and 6. When you total a roll and pick the 2 highest dice, include the virtual edge die as an extra die. It was rolled with a result equal to the edge value. You know what? That actually seems to indicate that our choice
Extra
of
die.
only one edge sounds like it's only saying you only get 1 edge. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so in all ways, treat the edge dice if it were simply a normal die that were rolled. So you would roll your 1 die and you would add whatever edge to be the second die.
Yeah, but so basically you get those dice as extra dice and not so much as a replacement of other dice?
That's what I'm hearing.
So basically she has the 1 die and then her edge.
Mm-hmm.
Which means she still can never... Oh no, if she rolls a 6 and then 1 die, she could totally succeed.
Well, I'm not sure how bad her petrify is.
Well, my petrify is... Yeah, wait, my petrify edge I can still use.
Yeah.
Yes, which is a 5. So really you just need to roll a 3, but you got a 50% chance of pulling this off.
Just roll a 3. Come on, you can do this.
Okay. So I roll 1 or 2 die? Dice.
You have an occult of D, which is 1 die.
Yeah.
Right? So you roll 1 die, and then your edge gets to count as the second die. It doesn't swap it out in this case.
Ah. Okay, so I have a 4 and a 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's great. So just to kind of restate, and I know that Yona's not on camera, but she says she's listening in. To restate, I was talking about swapping dice out. I think that may have created an incorrect impression of the best way to think about it. So they're like extra dice that you always have. So you're not necessarily swapping a 2 for a 4. You're just looking at the 2, and you know you've got a 4 that you virtually rolled that you get to add in. So when you choose what 2 highest dice are, you can choose from the dice that are actually rolled and the edge that you've chosen to use. And if it turns out that that edge isn't higher than the dice you rolled, then that's okay. Hopefully that makes more sense for people. All right, so you got a 4 and you have an edge of 5. You pull this off.
Yay!
That is amazing. You're really not so great at this, but this time, properly motivated, it is great what you have done. So you were trying to go for as petrifying as many as possible. Is that right?
Well, yeah, because there are a bunch of them that are all ganging up on Puff.
They are totally ganging up on Puff. Now, July, were you close enough? Like, had you closed in? Are you going to be a victim of this or no? Totally up to you.
I'm going to totally say yes, because that's
That
fun.
is amazing.
No.
Petrification. Your student has the power to turn someone to stone either by looking at them or by touch. By the way, the picture of the Medusa on page 54 for petrification is adorable.
Okay.
If you succeed in the attack, you turn them into solid rock temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
Your student can make an occult roll to attack with petrification. Once per period, your student can use this as an overwhelming attack, and your edge is petrifying someone. So yes, you turn pretty much the whole Slamball team and most of the cheerleading corps into stone. And Puff, you're not sure if that's like part of what you've been smoking, but you just saw that happen.
Yeah, I did.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Did you just do that?
Yeah.
That rocks. Oh, God. You know what?
What?
Let's have some fun with this.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna pick up these stoned people and like I'm gonna make this like art piece.
I don't know how long they're gonna stay this way, though.
Well, I'm gonna do it quick. Do you have your camera?
You know, my pencils are really quick, though.
Okay. Draw this. This is going in the newspaper and the yearbook.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in all kinds of weird, embarrassing positions, like laying them on top of each other and stacking them up, and
Oh my goodness, that's insane.
and then you draw it, and then we'll walk away.
That might be best.
Real quick, are there any other Medusa at school, Gracie?
Yeah, probably some higher year, like maybe a sophomore or a few sophomores or something.
Okay, all right, cool. And then it's known that that Rodney has petrification. Are there any other beholders at school?
No, which is why everyone keeps forgetting that. Like, look, no arms, no legs. This doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, you two walk off, and we kind of go off looking up into the night, or is it almost a full moon? I think the next scene is going to pick up at the vice principal's office, unless someone else had a question or a scene that they wanted to introduce.
Oh, I was gonna.
No, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you don't really mess with the most popular people. All right, so we've got a couple of other Medusa, huh? Do we have a Gorgon, or are they Medusa?
Yeah, there's a Gorgon.
Nice. No, but Gorgons can't turn anybody to stone, right? Or am I missing?
Oh, can't they?
I don't think they can. I think they're just they're immune, and they can copulate with Medusa.
That's so hot.
Let me look that up.
All right. I am looking in the Story Games Names Project for some names for our other two potential suspects. Cool. All right.
Wikipedia says that Gorgons can turn people to stone.
Monsterpedia.
Boom.
All right. So we pick up the next morning, like very first thing the next morning, and we are currently at Baron Kordak, who's the devil. His position is the assistant principal of academics. He's a horned bureaucrat in an impeccably tailored suit. Kordak is perhaps the most feared adult at Wandering Monster High. He's in charge of all matters related to study and schoolwork, has the authority to ban any student from any activity they might enjoy. He takes great pleasure in his work as a school disciplinarian, viewing it as a cultured, sophisticated alternative to merely torturing lost souls in the afterlife, like his fellow devils. That is Baron Kordak. So, right now, Rodney, when you were summoned or when you were escorted by one of the school monitors to Baron Kordak's office, and you were told Baron Kordak wants to see you in the morning, like how did that go? And yeah, so describe to us your morning when a student monitor comes to pick you up.
There's some awkward blinking, like, really? What? Well, sure. I'll get there right away. Why? Why does he want to see me?
I don't know, buddy. But he just said come get you.
Okay. Well, yeah. No, I'm ready. It's not like I need to get dressed.
Sweet. All right. So then you come out and around, and you're led towards. You go past the tower, and there's like this menagerie of statues and various.
They're still there. I thought it was only temporary.
It's temporary. We have to actually witness a scene. It's a little longer than that. Cool. So there's a scene. You can see that because oh shoot, I already screwed up his name, didn't I? Well, I don't know why I have a block on the Minotaur's name. So we have Carvothus. Looks like he's hugging July, but both of them are stone. They look like they're hugging. They're like his big Minotaur snout is right by her ear, like he's whispering something in her ear. And, there's a few other like Tailor Made is she's underneath this like all the minions are on top of her. July's minions are on top of her in like some kind of girl pile or something. Nothing, like just weird looking.
My main eye is definitely not looking at this, but all three of the other eye stalks are going like, what the hell?
Cool. And then Gracie, I'm thinking maybe you were brushing your teeth in the morning, and then a school monitor comes in, and it's
I'm brushing my snake's teeth.
Oh, sweet.
Don't brush it.
Yeah, and school monitor, which is it's Umwam. Yeah, she does school monitoring in the morning. She normally.
Oh,
Hi. I have to escort you to Baron Kordak.
Why?
There are a bunch of statues out by the tower of students, and he needed to speak to everybody who can petrify people.
But he's super scary.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Come with me?
Okay. Hold on, man. I have to brush the snake. I have to brush my snake.
Sweet. So then we kind of fast forward past, and Mom takes a couple back. Like she doesn't want to look at the crazy statue stuff. But as you're walking, she's like, did you know that Rodney asked me to homecoming dance?
He did? What did you say?
I said yes.
Wow, that is great. You guys are gonna make an awesome couple.
I hope so.
And he's really nice.
He is. You don't think he did this though, right? Because he's got one of the things I know a lot about beholders.
I don't know. I'm not sure if he does. I don't know. No, he's a nice guy.
Okay.
Oh,
Because I mean, we're monsters, so maybe they did something because they pick on people. I mean, those are the meanest people. They probably deserve it.
Yeah. So maybe if he was standing up for a friend or someone he liked, then he would do it.
That makes sense. I mean, Ronnie would totally do that.
Yeah. Like if they were picking on you or something, then you would be like,
They
rah,
weren't.
old eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was playing World of Office Craft on
Oh,
my Lappy.
I've heard of that.
It's great. It's a
Okay.
great game.
You should show me sometime.
I will. You don't think that the Baron Kordak would keep him from going to homecoming, do you?
That would be super mean. But he is super mean.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
man.
ill.
I hope not.
Well, it was probably on show. He's crazy like that. I mean, I don't think Rodney would do that. He's smart. He would just walk away, right? He would not lose his temper. And I wasn't in any trouble. I was trying to get my stapler leveled up, but
Did you
anyway.
get your stapler level up?
Right? It's a red swing line now. It's great.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but it sounds really cool to have.
It's kind of maximum like expert level. It's
Wow.
amazing. Yeah, I can staple stuff. Like you would not believe. It's so cool. It's really great.
It's nice to have the stapler issue covered. You know.
It's like 10% higher report efficiency. It's amazing. We're here now. I'm sorry. I'll tell you about Office Craft later.
Okay, that's okay.
Good luck,
And
Gracie, because
don't
you're
worry.
like the sweetest.
Yeah, everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. Right?
Okay. So then you're led into like the the reception area, and Baron Kordak has already called in on show the Gorgon. He's a junior, and you see sitting right there is Lyra. She's distantly related to you. I think she's a senior. She's a Medusa. How are you two related?
I
Or are you? Like, is that just a rumor? Because you see one Medusa, you've seen them all. Oh wait, you don't, because.
what is she's my cousin.
Okay.
Or,
Yeah, so Lyra looks tired. All of her snakes are tired.
no.
Oh man, Andrew just said that was stone cold. Thank you. I had to acknowledge that. That was great. And there's Rodney. Rodney, you see that Gracie just came in. Lyra's not talking to anybody. So.
Hi, Rodney.
Hey,
I'll sit next to Lila anyway, so my snakes can talk to her snakes.
All right.
That's what they like that.
So this is like a small room with a series of chairs. They're just up against a wall. There's a secretary normally here, but she's not in this early in the morning. It's like 7 in the morning. It's before school has started. And Baron Kordak, you can hear the rumblings of speech behind his door, but it's just the three of you sitting here, and Lyra looks dead tired. So what do you do?
How are you, Lila?
Did you see the statues?
No. You look so tired.
Yeah,
What happened?
I was up late. Don't worry about it.
Were you studying super hard?
Sure, that sounds great. I'll go with that.
What were you really doing?
Well, I wasn't turning people into statues.
No.
you sure?
I don't really sleepwalk, so yes. And I wasn't asleep, so yes. Did you do it, Rodney?
No.
I mean, that was the Slamball team. They pick on you all the time.
Well, I'm not saying they didn't deserve it. But look, I'm pretty sure that they weren't doing what they were doing when they were turned to stone.
What were they doing now then?
What you didn't see?
We took the other route.
Oh well.
It was Ula that brought me here. She's
the-
very happy.
Yeah. What was I saying?
About the,
Oh, right. Yes, statues. So, there was one big weird pileup, and then there was a few of them that were in intimate positions, at least for bipeds creatures, intimate positions, and yeah, no.
That sounds pretty embarrassing.
Unless there was something really strange going on last night when these people got petrified, and maybe someone wanted to like reveal this to the class, then I think something else happened, and that this must have been like a group of people doing this. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Well, you see, if people get petrified, their body mass index increases by a factor of 6, and it's much harder to move them around. So it had to be at least a number of people, or perhaps giants. Giants would be able to still move them around as well.
No. But so you think they were already doing the thing that now the position they were in? Maybe they were
Oh.
practicing for a new cheerleading routine.
Yeah, no, I really don't think so.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I sincerely doubt that all of these bipeds got together and had some kind of weird orgy right in the middle of like the courtyard. So
That seems a bit public, yeah.
yeah.
The door creaks and opens up, and on show the Gorgon, he looks out. Baron Kordek wants to see all of us. Please come inside. He looks like his eyes just looks like they're all reddish and kind of welled up. Maybe he's been crying. You're not sure. Lyra's like, oh, this sucks so bad. This sucks so bad. She gets up and trails into Baron Kordek's office. What do the two of you do? You could run.
No, I couldn't. Float.
That's how you end up in the cemetery.
No, I go in.
Yes, me too.
Awesome. So you head into the office. There's this, opulent rug. There are bookcases and scroll works, and there's the globe of the, like a giant filigree globe that's got here be dragons, all kinds of other stuff, like a map and a circular thing. Who even knows what circle's supposed to be? And there behind this huge, like gold and mahogany desk is the bright red devil impeccably dressed that is Baron Kordek. And there are 4 seats that have been drawn out on the rug. And no, there's no plastic like underneath the seats. He thought about it, but he decided against it. And his students have a seat.
Yes, sir.
Except for you, of course. Rodney, please.
Thank you, sir.
Over a chair.
Yes, sir.
Due to the arcane rituals that permeate this valley, very shortly, the throng of students who have been petrified will resume their natural shapes, and I, of course, will speak with them about what happened last night. I am giving each of you the opportunity to volunteer whatever information you might already have about the situation that took place.
Oh, I'm pretty sure petrification doesn't come with memory loss.
I don't see it.
It was me. I put
I'm
on-
sorry, I can't quite tell, said Gracie. Please repeat yourself.
I said it was me. I'm sorry.
You are saying that you petrified those popular members of the student body, Gracie.
I'm sorry.
What would possess you to do such a thing?
They were picking on me and Puff.
On you and who?
Puff the dragon. No.
Yes, the Slamball star.
More of a team player.
He was being picked on by his own teammates. I find this specious.
I don't know what that means.
Suspicious.
No, they were picking on him.
Was it because of you, Gracie?
Me? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe.
Help me to understand why they would be picking on a dragon at night.
Because he fell while he was flying.
Why did he fall?
Well, because he maybe wasn't looking where he was going. Yeah.
And you took it upon yourself to petrify them.
Well, there were a whole bunch of them. And I thought maybe they were going to fight. And I didn't want anyone to fight.
Did any of them actually fight?
They could have.
I will not disagree that that is a possibility. Young children often fight, but no fight actually took place. You circumvented that with your choice to petrify them, correct?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was that bad?
That's good,
Well,
right?
I was trying to help.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
Thank you, Rodney. No, that was against the code. You have acted against a fellow student. In the future, if you see this type of altercation, you should report it to the administration. Or you should bear witness and try to stop any harm.
But I tried to stop harm. Right?
Yes. Physically restraining, perhaps, could be a method of interpreting what you have done. However, if they were about to fight, why is it that I've found the students in such an arrangement?
Well, they pick on a lot of people, so maybe some other people found them and put them like that.
Other people? Did you witness this?
No. Really wondering if people have memories from while they're petrified now.
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. Because you know, if you avoid a conflict, then you should run away, right?
Is that what you did, Gracie?
I didn't
Ran
want
away?
to. Walked away.
Well, you did use powers against other students, and I'm sorry,
Sorry.
but there will be a penalty for that. I must remove all extracurricular, non-academic activities from your agenda for a fortnight,
All of them?
including the yearbook, including the newspaper, and in case you weren't planning on going to the dance.
But-
I'm sorry.
But she prevented the fight happening, right? Isn't that a good thing?
It is, in the spirit of it, It is a good thing, and that is why I'm able to be so lenient.
That's lenient?
Have you seen the cemetery?
Thank you. Thank you for being lenient, sir.
All right. Thank you for your information, Gracie, and thank you all for getting up early. I hope you enjoy the rest of your school day. You may go.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So that ends that scene, unless there's some conversation after you get out of.
There's at least, like, as soon as we leave, there's at least that's a pretty cool thing you did, Gracie.
Yeah, you think so? Because I don't think
Yeah, they totally have it coming.
I guess so. But I know July will be mad at me now, and she's my friend.
But wait, but wasn't she picking on? Why would they be picking on Puff?
Oh, because they saw.
Oh my God!
What? What? What?
Was it Puff that put them, like, you know?
You can't tell anyone.
My lips are sealed.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. That's awesome. All right. So let's
give him a high five for me.
I will.
All right, so we kind of cut to the sun kind of up, and then the rays of the sun have permeated, and then all of a sudden the stony flesh of July the troll and the fur of Carvathus the Minotaur, they become again whole and normal and flexible. And July, you are in the arms of Carvathus, like he's all upon you. What do you do?
All about you. So I think there's this moment where she doesn't really know what to do or what happened. So there's just sort of a look of panic. Could you like totally? She kind of like pushes just a little bit. And she's kind of craning back, trying to look around and find out what actually happened.
Cool. You hear TaylorMade scream, like, "Get off me!
No.
Oh, the gods!" So, yeah, she's, like, shoving. Yeah, and Carvathus, like, he probably, oh, sorry. You're pushing on his, like, his big, muscly Minotaur chest, you know?
Yes, of course.
And he's like, oh, hey, sorry. July, I would hate to, like, I'm not that. How did this even happen, man? Puff. And that Medusa. I don't even know her name.
Oh no. Okay. Minions? I can't remember their names off the top of my head. Kaylee.
Okay,
Kaylee's the only one I can remember.
Barb, Kaylee, and Alexa. Yeah, they'll start screaming. They come over. Boom, 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 boom. Whoa! It's morning time. I didn't even have my second supper.
Kind of peering around, peering around them, trying to figure out how Taylor's doing since they were on top of her.
Yeah, she's made of, like, she's non-golem, so it's not like she's hurt, but yeah, she's pretty upset.
Yeah. I think you guys should, totally go freshen up. Now.
Oh. Yeah, Kaylee's like, I know. She's got a little patch of hair, and she heads off, and so does Barb and Alexa. And so TaylorMade is like, she walks up and she says, that was unacceptable. We need to get her expelled. I'm mortified. There's students who are all kind of like not directly watching, but totally in clumps, like cliques and clumps, all watching and giggling and laughing as people are extricating themselves from their various artfully placed positions.
Artfully. Well, obviously we need to go see the principal. Because the Archmage my daddy works for is not going to tolerate this.
Right. Let's go. Cool. So yeah, you guys will make your way, and Baron Kordak will tell you that he will say the student who is responsible has been disciplined appropriately. He's standing outside, like the secretary's now in, and she's filing papers, and he's standing outside of his office when the two of you come in. And Taylor's, so you got Gracie, right? The student who is responsible has been disciplined appropriately. Well, what about Puff?
Yeah, what about Puff?
What was Puff's interaction with you? What did he do?
Well, he was like there and stuff, and he didn't stop her, so...
I'll speak with Puff. Is there anything else, ladies? Taylor
No.
backs off. No, thank you for taking care of everything. Next time, perhaps people could be moved off of me since they're statues? I'll take that under advisement. Thank you. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your school day. Cool. So, I know we're kind of coming close up on time, but I definitely want to have this moment. So, Adira, what does the night go? How does the night go for you? Like, what do you do at night? Just haunt the cemetery, or do you go to
Yes,
sleep?
totally. I am not sleeping. That's like out of the question. So I will be just spending my time at the cemetery, trying to get back to, being myself, feeling normal again.
Awesome. Myrrh makes her way up to the cemetery, like she's looking for you. She doesn't normally haunt the cemetery. She just kind of walks around. She walks up. Have you heard?
Heard what?
I was at the stadium last night.
Uh-huh.
I overheard a conversation.
Okay. With who?
Your dragon ex-boyfriend and the Medusa freshman girl.
That all cheery, happy. That one?
I thought perhaps Puff was cool when he came to our circle, but now he's flying around with her, all
Flying
happy.
around with her?
Mm.
Oh, I'm gonna kill her.
You want her to join our circle? I don't think she'll fit.
No, she will ruin it. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I think next time I will have a poem ready. Thank
That's
you.
great. She holds up like a desiccated thumb.
That's kind of cool and gross.
Like it's like a little bit of flesh come off, like mostly you can see a bit of a hint of bone kind of thing.
I'm
Sweet.
happy. You didn't want to do high five.
Oh man! She like ties her hand around her skirt. No, she hasn't lost any limbs yet. Cool. So Gracie, you kind of left out with Rodney, but you get to go to classes, right?
Yay!
Is there any point you're going to talk to Puff, or?
I guess I'll avoid him for a little while.
Smart.
But then I'll send out some invitations for the after prom.
The anti-prom. That's awesome.
I was already gonna have with Laika.
So Puff, you I don't imagine you're really plugged in to the scene anymore. So have you even heard the rumors about the thing you know happened? But have you heard those rumors back? Are you trying to overhear it? Did you?
Well, I mean, I'd be dumb not to know that this is going to be found and that there are going to be consequences and that I'm going to be tied to those consequences. We didn't try to hide any of that stuff, so I don't necessarily know what it was, because I was spent the whole night since I dropped Gracie off at her dorm doing all of the things, both mundane and magical, that I'm able to do and aware of to get myself out of my cannabis-induced haze so that I can be as sober and alert and appropriate as possible from here on out.
Nice.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just make a safe assumption, and once I feel like I've cleaned up and gotten myself back to normal, as the sun comes up and so and so and such, I'm going to head over to the Baron's office.
Ooh, okay. All right. So, yeah, you head to the Baron's office. Let's say you head to the Baron's office and you pass by July and TaylorMade as they're leaving.
Leaving the Baron's office? Excellent.
Yeah. TaylorMade looks at you like, she doesn't say a word. She just kind of puts her arm, she loops her arm in July's. I'm like, let's walk this way away from this.
Did you have fun last night, you two? I heard you guys got into a real party. A stoner party. Ha ha! Ha!
Oh my God, can you believe he's trying to talk to us
He's trying
after what
so hard.
he did?
Trying so hard, and it's just so sad, really. It's just sad. Best to move on. Best to move on.
You know
It's
what?
true.
I suppose, like, right now, I could do you both a favor. Like, stone and metal. I could, like, breathe on you and turn you into slag. Wouldn't that be cool?
God.
I don't even know
man.
what he's talking about.
No, and you never will. Bye-bye.
Cool. So some Baron Kordak steps out of the. He's still outside of his office. He's been talking to the secretary, and he's about to head back into his office. When you come in, Puff. Luckily, of course, this is a very large door. They're used to having to discipline large creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So Barry looks back and says, "Oh, Puff, hello."
Hey, hi, Red. How's it going? Can I talk to you for a sec?
You already are talking to me.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. I suppose you're probably trying to pin some blame or discipline or something on whoever pulled that stunt last night with the whole stoned Slamball team and cheerleader squad thing. And, well, you see, that was me. And I'll take full responsibility for it. And I await your disciplinary best, essentially. So, why don't you just point all of that at me and leave everybody else? I kind of goaded the poor girl into turning them into stone so that I could put them all into some weird compromising positions because I wanted to embarrass and make them ashamed. And so I sort of threatened her, Gracie, to do what she did, and so it really wasn't her fault.
Well, thank you for your candor. I appreciate that, Puff. I'll take that under advisement. My discipline has already been meted out to the person who perpetrated the act.
Yeah, it was Gracie. But it was me using Gracie by threatening her, and she did what I told her to do, but she did it under duress. So meting out whatever punishment you may have meted out to her should be unmeted, is what I'm getting at.
I think it would be interesting, since we have never had a citizenship roll, if we see how Puff, with his C rating in citizenship, can convince Baron Kordek to possibly change his decision. Oh, sorry.
Isn't that... I'm sorry to sound too much like... Wait, you did say citizenship, okay.
I did. Yeah, citizenship is dealing with the faculty, and hygiene is dealing with other students.
Yeah.
Okay. I will get...
I'm going to give you a levy of, he already knows who did it, and that levy is going to be a 3.
It makes a certain amount of sense. So what does that mean? I got 2 3s?
Well, that means you get to roll 2 dice, and you can choose an edge to replace one of your dice, and then what I'll do is I'll levy. So levy's supposed to happen first, and then we'll look at the remaining dice to see what your result is. I'm going to go back to the page with levies. Oh, come on, man. I'll just do a quick search. Sorry, it's on the page and then All right, so you have 2 dice to roll. You're definitely going to roll that regardless.
Right.
So you can go ahead and roll that.
Well, I did.
Excellent. Oh, you did? I appreciate that. Okay, so you've got a 6 and a 3, and then I've got a 3 levy. So the 3 levy would be effectively sub in your trait values, game terminology, game requirements. Sorry, guys, I am doing a crap job of adjudicating the rules today.
No, you're not. We hadn't gone through this.
School supplies, game requirements, history of the game. I know it's early on. Help me out, Jan. You're so good at this stuff. Oh, it's not going to help.
Well, I think normally it's...
Alright, here we go.
Normally it would replace his highest die roll, right?
Yeah. Instead of adding to a group of results in a roll, a levy replaces one of the dice. Okay, just before the total is calculated. So that 3 levy is going to replace your 6. So you've got a 3 and a 3 right now, which adds to 6.
Does it have to be the highest, or...?
I'm on page 24.
It makes sense that it would be the highest.
Yeah, it definitely
replaces one of the dice just before. The levy replaces the highest result in a roll if that result is higher than the levy result. If all dice results are lower than the levy, it doesn't have any effect. So now we need to see, are there any edges that you feel like you could apply here?
Well, I think it would be inappropriate to try to apply charming because I was very overtly not being charming.
I think that's a really fair adjudication, and I appreciate that honesty, because you're right. That I don't see any other 5 edges that you have. And you'd need a 5 to add to the 3s that you have to be able to be successful.
Okay. I'm going to just let this one be what it is.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the way it goes. All right, so you fail, and it's a serious degree of failure. So he says, Puff, I appreciate what you are trying to accomplish here. I cannot allow the very small discipline that I felt was fair, that I have meted out to Gracie, change. I can, though, extend discipline to you if that is what you wish. Are you asking to be disciplined, or are you...
Am I asking to be disciplined? No, I'm asking you to do the right thing. The right thing, and not be a dick. I'm asking you to accept the fact that this is all on me and not at all on her. I forced her to petrify these kids so that I could put them into compromising situations so that I could embarrass them. I don't give a shit what you do to me, but I do care what you do to her, and I want you to undo whatever small bit of punishment that you... I mean, come on!
Are you quite done? Take your silence as a yes. It seems that perhaps in your introductory classes, when you studied the powers and effects of other species, that you were a bit lax. I hear your truths, your half-truths, and your lies. And I know that you did arrange these students in very precarious situations. And for that you will be punished. But I also know, as Gracie told me, that she stood up for you. And you wish to take the blame for that. And that is honorable. I am going to offer the exact same discipline to you. 2 weeks, a fortnight, of no extracurricular activities, no slamball, no hanging out at the stadium, no newspaper. You will attend classes, and then you will head back to your dormitory and study. Is that clear?
Oh, it's clear, boss. So here's my counter offer. Me doing no newspaper, no slamball through the championship game, no extracurricular activities, no curricular activities, and no putting up with your sorry ass. Because I will be flying away now to my life as a non-asshole dragon who is getting taught to be some sort of tame creature at this asshole school. So, I am expelling myself from your institution of learning. And unless I'm physically prevented, I will be walking out now.
And he will not physically prevent you at all. He will stand there stewing, his little sharp teeth grating, and his horns gleaming. And there's a part of him that's secretly happy that you're gone, because, wow, he really kind of hated you. Not that the devil's hate's a thing to avoid. But wow, that's awesome.
I don't know if anybody could actually ever do that in high school, but you know, it's a fantasy, right?
It is a fantasy. You've just dropped out. That is amazing. That is totally going to be the. So who actually gets to go to the?
Now they have to call your parents.
Sure, fine.
Goodness. That's great. All right, so let's wrap it up. We're kind of over time here. So. July is unable to get the keys to the newspaper office for Tailor Made, so doesn't ask her to the homecoming dance because Tailor Made told him not to. Does July actually go with someone else?
Like Carvatus?
Oh God. For the sake of not missing the homecoming dance, yeah, she'll find somebody to go with.
Cool. Is it somebody popular or just basically somebody who's totally happy to be there?
Preferably somebody in the in crowd.
Nice. Why don't you give me a hygiene roll to see how well that works out for you?
Okie. I am good at the hygiene. Oh my gosh.
Does
It's
you got
okay.
an edge you can throw in there?
Yeah, I totally have a cheer skirt of charisma.
I think that totally pays off.
So that's an 8, right?
Yeah. Cool. All right, so you got an 8. I think maybe I think it's hilarious you end up with Carvathus. Like
Yes.
that just cracks me up to no end. So I think that's where we end up with, if that's cool with you.
That's awesome.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to skip over to Adira. Adira, do we want an Adira Puff scene, or does Adira never know? Like, Puff just leaves in a huff.
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
it's cooler if he just
Can
leaves.
I ask a procedural question?
Yeah.
It sounds like maybe you're setting up next week to be the dance, which means that the final exam would be the week after.
No,
and maybe
we're
I'm not actually done.
We're
Dance
actually
off-screen.
no. The dance is gonna. I'm thinking that the dance is the dance. Like I'm gonna we're gonna epilogue it. We're gonna epilogue the dance, and then we're actually gonna hit final exam. I'm
So
gonna try to
final
keep this on
exam
schedule.
next week is
Yeah.
still the last. So I am done. Okay.
Right, and that's where I thought you were headed when you was like, I'm gonna expel myself. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's a
but then
really
I
good.
thought maybe you were trying
Nope.
to do something.
No, I'm good. I'm trying to head towards epilogues. I just want to make sure everybody got their. I don't want to leave any dangling plot threads, and
Right. So
I'm
anybody wants to have a
about time.
scene with me, that's cool.
Yeah, because it'd be your last scene. If that's that is a great last scene. I kind of totally cool if he just disappears, because that'd be kind of amazing too.
Yeah, so that kind of fits the way she left him too. So.
All right, so then that's it. Puff basically telling Bear and Kordak, who everyone else feared, off and leaving. Gracie doesn't get to go to the homecoming dance. Adira, nobody asks you, right? So you don't get to go, but that's
all the
great
more
because
time to kill Crazy.
you can be guilty. You can be gloomy. Like if you've gone, it might have made you happy. So that's a good thing. So then, how did things work out with Umwam and Rodney?
Like the only people who make. Oh, that's not true. Still, I would.
Yeah. Rodney is going to ask Urgek to help him get dressed a bit, because he wants some bow ties around his eye stalks. And I know that Urgek is not going to be the best one at tying them, but
One eye
You
shot
know.
slightly bloodshot because he tied it a little too tight.
yes, exactly. And yeah, one bow tie around every one of my 3 eye stalks, and then I'll be the perfect awkward gentleman.
Sweet. I think that's an awesome thing. Womp is really excited. It's her first dance that she's ever been to because she's from a Knoll tribe. So.
What is she wearing?
Oh, what is she wearing? I don't know. Ladies, help me out. Who wants to step up and give you a cool outfit for Wom?
Go for it, Jules, because you didn't get to go.
Yeah, but I'm not in character as a fashion person now.
I don't think he was asking in character.
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
I get
No, if I was asking in character, I wouldn't have asked it like this.
It should be like one of those typical prom dresses. That's like all poofy and shiny and
That's awesome.
Weird tail sticking out.
glitter tail sticking out.
Cool. Awesome. Good. Anything else anybody needs to wrap up for the big dance? You feel like we're a good endpoint?
I do desperately need to know if that picture's put in the newspaper.
It's totally put in the newspaper.
Oh my god, they are dead.
I would not put it in the newspaper. That seems too mean for Gracie, but Puff probably arranges it before he goes. I can totally see that.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, would Puff arrange for that, or does Puff let it go?
So basically, Puff is dumping me with like half the school being like, really, really angry at me.
Yeah.
Worst
Oh.
boyfriend ever.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I think that maybe I was gonna do it and you begged me not to, and of course I was like, okay,
That
fine.
seems more likely.
All right, so the picture doesn't end up in the paper.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. And Taylor Made and Carvathis, they end up being homecoming king and queen. So Carvathis was your date, but he ends up being the homecoming king. Now he's the star player of the Slamball team. So he's ascended again.
Front page of the yearbook.
Front page, total front page.
Oh, but July, I have the picture.
Oh, but you know what is left behind
Parents.
is the
Rich
picture
uncles,
that Gracie
anybody
drew of
close by.
Adira. Like
Yeah.
that's left behind, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So.
So good. Awesome. So
Ow.
and so ends the Chronicle of Puff the Chronic Dragon, who was super fun, and so ends our session of the big dance. Cool. Thanks everybody. Let's take a moment. What's the feedback? Do we want to do Roses and Thorns? I know it's a little bit late, so Yona,
I'm
you.
gonna go now because it's already 12 past 11 and gotta get up at 6 tomorrow morning, so
Understood.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah, I gotta go too because I'm made an appointment with my family to go somewhere.
Okay. Cool.
So I had fun. I regret that I won't be able to participate next week. It feels sad.
Well, you're still with
you
us for
won't?
future stuff, man.
Yeah.
Blaze in the dark sometime soon.
Right.
Yeah.
So I will have 1 week.
I'm gonna go now, you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye,
See
owners.
ya.
I'm gonna go. Bye.
All right, I'll go ahead and stop broadcast here. We'll talk about scheduling and feedback.
Okay.
Everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a week.